Chapter 2. The Northland, Tanah Utara. In City for Men carried the crowd to a garden with a head wall. Di situ, 4 pria membawa peti ke taman dengan tembok yang tinggi. A fat man with a red sweater looked at him. Seorang pria yang gendut dengan sweater berwarna merah menatapnya. But threw himself against the crowd. Buck melemparkan dirinya ke peti. He growled and barked. Dia menggonggong dan dia menggeram dan menggonggong. The man brought a hatchet at the club. Pria itu membawa kapak dan pentungan. Are you going to take him out now? Asked one of the men. Apakah kamu akan membawanya keluar sekarang? Tanya salah satu pria itu. Sure, tentu, kata pria itu. He hit the crate with a hatchet to open it. Dia memukul peti dengan kapak untuk membukanya. The 4 men ran away. Keempat pria itu melarikan diri. They went to sit on the high wall to watch the show. Mereka pergi untuk duduk di atas tembok untuk menonton pertunjukan. Buck threw himself against the wall of the crate. Buck menghempaskan dirinya ke peti kayu. He beat it and growled. Dia menggigitnya dan menggeram. He wanted to get out. Dia ingin keluar. The man with the hatchet opened the crate. Pria dengan kapak membuka peti. Then he put down. He watched and took the club. Kemudian dia meletakkan kapak dan mengambil pentungan untuk gada. Buck was really a red-faced devil. Buck benar-benar sedang bermata setan bermata merah. His hair stood up and his eyes were red with anger. Rambutnya berdiri dan matanya merah karena marah. He jumped straight at the man and his mouth was ready to bite. Dia melompat lurus ke arah pria itu dan mulutnya siap untuk menggigit. At the time moments, the man hit him with the club. He fell to the ground on his back. Pada saat itu, pria itu memukulnya dengan pentungan, lalu dia jatuh ke punggungnya. This was the first time he was hit with a club. Ini adalah pertama kalinya dia memukul dengan pentungan, tongkat atau gada itu. He did not understand. Dia tidak mengerti. He jumped at the man again. Dia melompat ke pria itu lagi. And again the man hit him with the club. Dan lagi pria itu memukulnya dengan pentungan. He fell to the ground again. Dia jatuh ke tanah lagi. This time Buck knew what was the club. Kali ini Buck tahu bahwa itu adalah pentungan. But his anger was so great that he did not stop. Tapi kemarahannya begitu besar sehingga dia tidak berhenti. He jumped at the man a dozen times. Dia melompat ke arah pria itu belasan kali. And the dozen time the club hit him, dan beberapa kali atau belasan kali itu pentungan memukulnya. There was blood on his nose. Ada darah di hidungnya. Mouth and ear, di mulut dan di telinga. Then the man hit him very hard on the nose. Kemudian pria itu memukul hidungnya dengan sangat keras. The pain was terrible. Rasa sakitnya sangat mengerikan. It was agony. Itu adalah penderitaan. Buck jumped at the time again, and the man threw him to the ground. Buck melompat ke arah pria itu lagi dan pria itu melemparnya ke tanah. Buck did not move to some time. Buck tidak bergerak selama beberapa waktu. He knows how to teach a dog a lesson, said one of the four men. Dia tahu bagaimana memberi pelajaran pada anjing, kata salah satu dari keempat pria itu. Then they returned to the train station. Kemudian mereka kembali ke stasiun kereta. Buck slowly opened his eyes. Buck perlahan membuka matanya. He could not move. Dia tidak bergerak. He wanted the man in the red sweater. Dia memperhatikan pria bersweater berwarna merah. The fat man was reading the salon keeper. Pria gendut itu sedang membaca surat menjaga salon. The salon keeper littered and sighed dan berkata, "Your name is Buck." Namamu Buck. Well, Buck. Nah, Buck, katanya. He said in a friendly voice, katanya dengan suara ramah. Now you know your place. Sekarang kamu tahu tempatmu. Be a good dog and we will be a friend. Jadilah anjing yang baik dan kita akan berteman. Be a bad dog and I must use my club again. Understand? Jadilah anjing yang nakal, dan saya harus menekan tokat saya lagi. Mengerti? As he spoke, the toes Buck here. Saat ia berbicara, ia menyentuh kepala Buck. Buck was angry inside, but he did not move. Buck marah di dalam, tetapi dia tidak bergerak. When the man brought him water and meat, Buck drank and ate. Saat itu pria membawakannya air dan daging, lalu Buck minum dan makan. He learned that a man with a club was stronger than him. Dia belajar bahwa seseorang pria dengan pentungan itu he never forget it. Life was no franger. Dia ternyata lebih kuat dan dia tidak pernah melupakannya. Instead, other dog came. Setiap hari anjing lain datang. The man in the red sweater hit many dogs. Pria dengan bersweater merah itu memukul banyak anjing. Buck understood. Buck mengerti that a dog must bang a man with a club. Bahwa seekor anjing harus mematuhi pria dengan pentungan. He was a master. One dog did not obey and he was killed. Dia adalah seorang master, seorang ahli. Seekor anjing tidak patuh dan dia akan membunuhnya. Men often came to talk to the man in the red sweater. Seorang pria sering datang untuk berbicara dengan pria bersweater merah. When the paid money, the man took one or more of the dog. Those dogs never come back. Where did they go? Buck thought. He was afraid of the future. Kapan mereka membayar uang orang-orang itu untuk mengambil satu atau lebih anjing? Dan anjing itu tidak pernah kembali. Kemana mereka pergi, pikir Buck. Dia takut akan masa depan. One day, a short man come to look at Buck. Suatu hari, seorang pria pendek datang untuk melihat Buck. The man spoke a bad English. pria itu berbicara dengan bahasa Inggris yang buruk. That strong dog, how much? Itu anjing yang kuat, berapa? $300. $300, said the man in the red sweater, kata pria bersweater merah. And it's a gift at the prince. Dan itu adalah hadiah dengan harga itu. Perrault smiled. Perrault tersenyum. The price of dog was high at the time. Harga anjing saat itu tinggi. Perrault knew dog and he knew Buck was an excellent dog. Perrault mengenal anjing dan dia tahu Buck adalah anjing yang luar biasa. Buck saw money pass between the two men. Buck melihat uang di antara mereka berdua. He was not surprised. Dia tidak terkejut when he and the Newfoundland dog. Ketika dia dan seorang anjing Newfoundland called Curly, bernama Curly, were taken away by the small man. Dibawa pergi oleh pria kecil itu. He took them to a ship called the Narwhal. Dia membawa mereka ke sebuah kapal bernama Narwhal. He took them to the ship called the. For a ship, he and Curly looked back the sail. Dari kapal dia dan Curly melihat kembali ke sail. It was the last time they saw the Ramshore land. Itu terakhir kali mereka melihat tanah selatan yang hangat. Perrault took Buck and Curly to Francis. Perrault membawa Buck dan Curly ke Franchise. Perrault was a French Canadian. Perrault itu adalah orang Prancis dan Kanada. But Franchise was half Indian and had very dark skin. Tetapi Franchise setengah India dan berkulit sangat gelap. Buck did not like these men, but they respect him. Buck tidak menyukai orang-orang ini, tetapi dia menghormati mereka. They learned that Perrault and Franchise were calm and fair. Dia mengetahui bahwa Perrault dan Franchise bersikap tenang dan adil. Mereka they knew everything about dogs. Mereka tahu segalanya tentang anjing. There were two other dogs on the ship. Ada dua anjing lain di kapal. One was a big white dog called Spirit. Salah satunya adalah seekor anggit putih yang bernama Spirit. He seemed friendly. Dia terlihat ramah, but he was not honest. Tetapi dia tidak jujur. He smiled. Dia tersenyum when he tried to take Buck food. Ketika ia mencoba mengambil makanan Buck. Franchise was fast and hit Spirit. From this moment, Buck began to like him. Franchise cepat dan memukul Spirit. Saat itu Buck mulai menyukainya, mulai menyukai si Franchise. The other dog was called Dev. Anjing lainnya bernama Dev. He was unfriendly. Dia tidak ramah. And always wanted to be alone. Dan dia selalu ingin sendiri. Dev ate and sleep and was interested in nothing. Dev makan, tidur, dan tidak tertarik pada apapun. Day and night, siang dan malam, the ship sailed. Kapal berlayar. Every day was the same, but Buck noticed that the weather was colder. Setiap hari sama saja, tetapi Buck memperhatikan bahwa cuaca itu semakin dingin, lebih dingin dari hari-hari sebelumnya. Finally, one morning, the narwhal Igneous stopped. Akhirnya, suatu pagi, kapal Norway itu berhenti. Buck and the other dog was excited. Buck dan anjing lain itu sangat bersemangat. Something was happening. Sesuatu sedang terjadi. Frances lifted the dog and took them outside. Frances mengikat anjing-anjing dan membawanya keluar. At the first step, Buck's feet went down into something wet and soft. Buck turun dan sesuatu yang putih lembut itu turun. He jumped back. Dia melompat mundur. More of this wet stuff. Lebih banyak benda putih itu jatuh. Was falling from the sky and fell on Buck. Jatuh dari langit dan jatuh ke atas Buck. He shocked himself, but more fell on him. Beberapa di lidahnya. More on him. He smelled good. Was falling from the sky and fell on Buck. He shocked himself, but more fell on him. He smelled it curious at the storm on his tongue. Dia melompat mundur, lebih banyak benda putih jatuh dari langit dan jatuh di atas Buck dan di beberapa lidahnya. It was like fire. At the next moment it disappeared. Ini seperti api dan saat berikutnya menghilang. Ini membuatnya bingung. This confounded him. He tried it again with a same result. Dia mengulanginya beberapa kali dan mendapatkan hasil yang sama. People looked at him and laughed. People melihatnya dan tertawa. It was his first snow. Ini adalah pertama kali dia mendapatkan salju pertamanya. Thank you.